While we were there at Enid, Donna said, "You know, I have a cousin that lives out in Nash, and that's not very far away. And could we go out and visit?" Sure. So she, I don't know, telephoned, wrote. I don't know just how it was done, but we were invited out and out for Sunday dinner. And gosh, we had a good time. He was a great cook, among other things, and fed us a lot better than we ordinarily fed ourselves. And Jack had a dog. The old boy he worked with that dog and had it trained. Did all sorts of tricks. Heck, I've been to carnivals that didn't have as good an act as he had right there. And the highlight of it was a game of hide-and-go-seek. He'd make the dog hide his head and stay put, and he would, or I would, go hide, I think it was a ball, whatever it was, and then he'd tell him to go find it. I'm telling you, that dog would put on a search, and then if he couldn't find it, his owner, Jack, would give signals and direct that dog, and that dog could take those signals, and it wasn't any problem at all once the owner was helping you to find whatever was hidden. Really enjoyed our visit. Might have had 2 or 3 visits that were just visits, and he found out that I was interested in fishing, and Nash, Oklahoma is right there close to the Great Salt Plains Lake. And Jack has a boat, and he says, "You know, next time up we'll go fishing. You like catfish?" "Oh yeah, I like catfish." In fact, to this day, a good catfish meal is my idea of the best fish eating of all. So we go out and fish, and I'd never fished from a boat. And his way of doing it was, and evidently the bottom there was pretty much open, I guess it really had been a salt flat. Because what he would do was rig up those poles and put some bait out there on the end, and you both cast over the same side of the boat, and he would control the boat a little bit, but keep it where the wind just blew you across the lake. Every once in a while you get a hit and bring in a fish. We never fished if we didn't take home fish. As I say, the catfish that went home with us made great meals because we like catfish. And I'm sure we were fed some catfish at some of those fine meals that Aunt Edith served. Another meal, though, that she did that we've never been able to duplicate. In fact, I used to hunt a lot of dove here in Yuma. But Jack and his dog had been out hunting, and he had shot dove. And boy, Edith did a meal with dove that was just luscious. I don't know what she did to them, but whatever she did, we never learned to do because when we cook them, they're not that good. Not that good at all. Well, then we go up one time, and he says, "Have you ever snagged for fish?" Heck, I didn't even know what he meant, snag for fish. So I said, "I don't know. I guess not. I don't even know what you do." So he said, "Well, I don't know if it's a breeding cycle or what, but he said this season of the year, the carp are gathered right down against the dam, and they're almost as thick down there as flies on watermelon." Wow. Yeah, I'd like to try that. Man, he got out 2 big old heavy poles and weights that I swear looked like they might weigh a quarter of a pound, and big old treble hooks. We go there, and a whole bunch of people are doing it, but you kind of take turns, because if they catch the fish, they have to take it away to get it off the hook and so on. And I'm telling you, I think we fished maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and a lot of them were just throwing them up on the beach, the banks, to rot, because carp were considered trash. But I knew some people eat carp, and I was taught if you catch it, you eat it. And I expect I hauled up that bank, after we got them up out of the water, and put them on a big old stringer. I guess we had them in a sack. I bet I had 40 or 50 pounds of fish in that sack. And I took those babies home, and I cleaned them, cut them up, packaged them, and put them in the locker. A lot of you guys today don't even know what a locker is, but back in those days we didn't have refrigerators with freezer units. In fact, what we had was an ice box, and you put a sign out to tell the iceman that you wanted a 25 or a 50 or 100 pounds of ice when he came by. But you could put your fish or your beef or whatever you had, veggies, whatever you wanted to. You rented a locker and whatever you could get in that locker. And if you needed 2 lockers, rent 2 lockers. Frozen food was in buildings called locker plants. So anyway, those fish all went into the locker, and then we, of course, kept one at home or a package at home and tried to cook it with a pressure cooker. We're going to eat it. Prejudice too strong. Could not believe that fish was good. Maybe it wasn't, but maybe it was. If you get it in your head it's not going to be good, probably won't be good. There's more to that fish story, but that comes later.